Hello Trojans, my name is Noah Garza and you're watching Trojan TV. On Friday, April 20th, we celebrated the 19th anniversary of the Columbine shooting in remembrance for all the lives that have been lost through school shooting threats. South Houston had done a unity event to show that no matter how dangerous the world can get, we as a community can be strong together. Here's the video.
The month of April has long been a time to respectfully remember our loss and also support the effort to make our community a better place. In a sign of support to those efforts, today, April 20th, is to be a day without hate. The Columbine survivors and Columbine community have supported our efforts as a way to hope and remember, and we encourage you to as well. So teachers and students, today we are asking everyone at South Houston High School to start a chain reaction in support of no hate by stepping into the hall and linking hands or arms across campus. And when our chain is complete, Senior Antonio Hernandez will ring the Trojan bell 14 times, 13 times in honor of the lives lost at Columbine, and the last bell in remembrance of all lives lost in hate and violence. You may now move.
The administration at South Houston High School has coordinated a school-wide memorial to help our students remember that we must have unity at our school and that violence is not the answer. After gathering all 2,411 students, which were united by linking arms, Senior Antonio Hernandez rang the victory bell 13 times. This bell that is traditionally used to celebrate the school's victory was today used to remember the 13 lives that were lost 19 years ago in Colorado.
I hope that they stand united with each other as well and saying that, there's going to be no more hate and end school violence, and we can start right here making a difference. It has to start somewhere, and it might as well start here. And in support of all the other campuses across the nation that want to end school violence and school hate, we join them.
After the students were released, students and teachers gathered by the Unity poster to make their mark and show their support.
My name is Antonio Hernandez, aka Tony. I felt emotional because of the 13 people who passed, and that as you go through the bells, you think about their names and you think about who they were as people and how it happened to them. You feel a little bad, but then you feel a little happiness inside of you, knowing that you're honoring it. I feel like we need to be humble and kind. Just be all as one community and as one society. Is just be happy and just be kind of chilled out, just good.
I thought it was very important that we came together as Trojans so that we could stand united against not only school violence but violence in general. There's other ways to handle your differences, and I think it was important that we made a stand, and it was a nice symbol to honor the tragedy that happened at Columbine 19 years ago today, as well as the other tragedies that happened at schools across the country, and to show that South Houston High School Trojans are about unity and about Trojan pride and doing what's right. As we educators continue to get older, we forget sometimes that y'all continue to get younger, and y'all weren't born. None of y'all were born when Columbine happened, and that's a tragic moment in American history, and it's something that we should remember and honor the fallen and honor the school violence victims across the country, as well as violence victims across the country. So it's important that we continue to educate not only on math, science, social studies, and English, but also about being caring and considerate and taking care of each other, especially our Trojan family. I hope that today sparks some peace in each South Houston High School Trojan. I hope that it sparks some unity and the way we treat each other when we have differences, you know. And I hope that that spreads throughout our community and throughout the Houston area and throughout our country.
What do you think is the purpose of doing this walkout?
I believe the purpose is to bring more awareness to the issues happening in today's world. People aren't as aware as they used to be, taking things too far, you know, not paying attention and thinking everything's a joke. But sometimes, you know, things like this can happen, and we're memorizing those. We're doing it in the memory of those who were lost in dangerous events, such as the ones that happened, you know, Columbine, Florida, and so on and so forth. So I think it's a good thing.
So, what do you fear the most walking the halls in the school?
Walking the halls in the schools, the things I fear the most is, I guess what you can say is knowing someone one day and then them being gone the next day. It's crazy to think about that. In the blink of an eye, someone can disappear, and that's pretty scary.
Do you think in the near future we'll be able to live without any school shootings?
In my honest opinion, I don't think it's possible. Violence will forever be. It's just human nature, you know. Most of us are good, but there's just some couple people that are like really ruin the world, and we will never get rid of that. We just have to be more prepared, be more aware, and be able to control situations before they get out of hand.
Is there anything you want to add?
What I like to add is that don't just let this be an event. Don't just let this be a memory. Don't just let this be something you see, something you tweet, something you repost. Don't let this be that. Let this be a conversation starter. Let this be something that can change and happen, and something that can maybe, you know, because it takes more than just, hey, let me retweet this. It takes more than that. It's also saying, hey, you know what, that kid has issues. Let me help him out. Hey, I heard something bad. Let me tell someone else. You know, that's what it's about, and that's what I want to happen. Not just you reposting or retweeting this.
Today at South Houston High School, we're walking out of class peacefully to bring awareness to violence in school and to mark the 19th anniversary of the Columbine shooting. I wouldn't call it my biggest fear. I would call it my greatest concern. My greatest concern at school is safety, for the reason being that parents send their kids to school every day in hopes that they come home safe, and while schools do their best doing that, it's not necessarily the school's fault. It's mainly student-on-student violence. And by bringing awareness to that, I feel that violence will reduce at school. I'm optimistic about violence ending in the future because, I mean, today we're out here doing something peaceful. We're making a chain reaction and a change, and that's something, you know, multiple schools are doing it. And I think that says a lot about our generation and how we're really hopeful about violence ending in the future, and it's possible. I think it's amazing what our school is doing here today, for the reason being that a lot of schools are disciplining their students and punishing them for walking out, while our school embraced it and put something together that the students weren't even aware until the moment it happened.
Thank you, Trojans, for watching that video. Up next, we have a video by Matthew Vega.
Man, I'm hungry. I want some Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. Alright. Why does this taste weird?
Thank you, Matthew, for the video. that was more on the lighthearted side of today's show. I've been your host, Noah Garza. Thank you all children for watching. See you next time.